All right. So Gurmeet tells me that she sees some shapes in this picture. Yes. You see some lines. Yes. All right. Let's go to the next picture. Now, here the question is, what is the difference in these pictures? I'll give you around 10 seconds to identify the difference here. And you can keep sending me in chats. And the ones who are thinking that one is colored and one is black and white, let me tell you that I'm looking for something else. So let's see your answers. All right, we have few more participants. Welcome to them as well. All right, athletes. Okay, that was the question to the first thing. Okay, vertical and inclined lines. Wonderful. So let's switch to the next picture. Now here there are 7 pictures given and you need to tell me there is one picture which doesn't fit into this group. Take a little time to observe them all and see how is that one picture different than all the other pictures present and why it doesn't fit in the group, and put your answer in the chat again. All right, it's one of the picture is cross cutting the lines and that's why it misfits. All right, so this gives me a little idea, you know, when I read your chats, it gives me a little idea that how much you know already. It is just an exercise to know from where I need to start. And this is one more picture where I would want to know how is it different than the pictures which I have shown you already. Take few seconds and then put your answers in the chat. And I must tell you, to the newcomers, those who have just joined, that just because of the safety protocol which has been announced by the organizers, I have put it in that settings, you know, where you will keep your cameras off and on a mute mode, because this forum is open to public and we are not very sure. uh, we really want to keep it pleasant, I must say. So let's check the chat now. All right, I think you need more time to see that picture. All right. So this is different than the previous lines. And if you will not be able to answer this, then I would get an idea that I have to start from these lines, because till now you people were able to identify the lines which I had shown you already. All right. Yes, we get some answers here. All right. So Miss Annie says that landscapes to line. And Gurmeet says branching trees in the background in window frame. All right. So this is the last picture today. And I want to ask you through this picture. Now this has one more feature which the other pictures did not have. Can you identify that? What do you observe in this wall? And remember, we are not talking about the colors. We are talking about lines. The bricks are not placed on each other, and Miss Bianca says that she observes patterns here. That's great. So I'm very happy you all are participating through chat. And this gives me a confirmation that you all are listening carefully. And let's see now. Some of you must be thinking that my career, I don't want to opt for math in future. So why should I go for math? No. Why should I learn shapes? Why should I learn about lines? Huh? But we really need to understand one thing, and that is applications of math. Math is not only a subject. In our real life, everything comes in a form, right? Like this is my study table. And if I just at random pick anything, say this mobile phone, it has a shape. And to communicate better, to be able to explain and tell, we need math, even for talking, to explain what do I want. If I tell someone to get a jar from the kitchen, I really need to tell, I want a cylindrical jar or a square thing or something, right? So music is a subject, with which you can make a least connection with math. Someone must be thinking that I want to go for music, then why do I need to learn math? So here also, let me tell you that the notes and all, they give an idea to the musician how soft or loud he needs to play. And then it's not about music. It helps, as I already told you, that it helps us being an effective communicator, and it helps us in our problem solving abilities. Math encourages us in our logical thinking, creative thinking. It gives us an idea of spatial thinking, right? So for all these things, we need to know math. So today we will be talking about shapes, as the invitation already tells you, that we will be talking about the different shapes, 2D and 3D shapes. And here D is the dimension. And when we talk about shapes, shapes also play a very major role. Like if you have to draw designs, logos. Even in preparing food, children, we need math. For recipes, if the proportion goes wrong, uh, the thing will turn out to be totally different. And if you are planning an outing to go with your family, you need to know how much distance you have to cover, how much fuel you need in your car, right? And I have everything written on the slide because we are connected through internet, and I'm not very sure at times the technology, sometimes the voice is not very clear, sometimes the video goes. So I have put everything plus the accent. People are from different parts of the world, and I have my own this Asian accent. Maybe you won't be able to catch it at time. So I have everything in written also for you. So say for example, if you have to decorate your room and you want to put a frame on the wall, frame, they comes in different shape, right? They come in different shapes. So if you are good at identifying shapes, your life will be much more easier, and you will be able to tell and do a lot. And the next is that when we know why math is so important, and when we know the applications of math, we are more willing and we are ready to receive, right? So let's get back to the topic. So the objective of today's lesson is that we will be able to recognize all the shapes. We will be able to identify the things which are around us. And also we will be able to sort out shapes and put them into different categories based on their attributes. And these attributes, they are the faces, the edges, and children, I just need a second. There are few more people coming. Thankfully, the number of participants are increasing. So we will have more people to contribute. So, and of course, by the end of this lesson, you all will be able to draw various shapes. So in all those pictures where we observed lines, some were intersecting lines, some were perpendicular lines, and some were parallel lines. But what you could tell me was only lines. It means you people need to have an idea how to identify the different lines. So here I would want to annotate a little on this. Like any two lines which I draw at random. Children, again, I need a second. I'm so sorry because when I'm annotating, I can't take the participants in, and there are few more waiting in the room. Just give me a second to take them in. Someone is trying hard, I think, because of the connection. He's coming and going, kind of. All right. Thank you so much for your.
Ma'am Satwinder.
Yeah.
Ma'am Satwinder. This is Ma'am Arpana Penta.
Yes.
There are students joining in from my school.
Wonderful.
So shared your link with the in the class WhatsApp. So kindly see. I mean, if they must be waiting in the room sometimes.
This is what I was saying exactly, that I think there is some internet issue. I could see children coming and I allowed them, but yes, now we have them. Thank you so much. I think they all are in.
Welcome, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I'll stop sharing
Math is an
for a while.
interesting. Yeah, math is an interesting subject, and I want them all to be learning from an expert teacher like you.
Thank you so much.
I
And they
hope
all
they
are
interact.
in now, I suppose.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss, for your encouraging words. You're most welcome. And your children are also in now. Wow. So I welcome you all. So I'm just taking you back quickly. So in this session, I just showed few slides where we saw some lines, right? But here, how to name them and how to identify them so that you know that you have not missed a lot yet. So how to identify those lines I was about to tell right now. So you are well on time. So if I just draw 2, 3 lines at random, right? If I see that there is a distance in the lines which is constant, which is not reducing, we call them as parallel lines. This is a set of parallel lines, and the property of this line is they will never meet. These lines, they will never meet. And if the distance reduces, I just need a minute again. I'm so sorry. More people are coming in and we have to take them in.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, dear. I don't know why that it has hanged. Oh God. Stop share. All right. All right. So when we are talking about the parallel lines, they have a uniform distance. And if the distance reduces, they are going to meet somewhere then. Because the distance is narrowing. And children, you can relate it with the real life experience also. If there are two people and they don't get along very well, they will never meet. So this is the best way of remembering. For making something happen, for making two people meet, we need to narrow the distance, right, between them. So same is the formula for the lines also, that we need to narrow down that distance and then only the lines are going to meet. Now you must be wondering, why are there these arrows here? These arrows, they signify that these lines, they can be stretched to infinity. There is no length, that I can only draw a line until this size. it can be stretched till wherever we want, like the length of the line can be stretched till whatever distance. So it will go on and on. And here, when the line cuts at a point, we call that point as a point of intersection. And if by chance it cuts at a 90-degree angle, we call it as a perpendicular. So when two lines they intersect each other, but by chance they cut at 90-degree, there's a special name given to those lines, and that line is called as a perpendicular. There is a group of say 2 to 3 children who are trying to enter, and the moment I press enter for them, my thing is getting hanged. I'm really sorry about it. All right, let's go to the next slide. So now we know what are parallel lines, what are perpendicular lines, and what are the intersecting lines. So you don't need to take any screenshots because all this will be available to you on the influencers website, education influencer website, in a free resource. This is for those who just entered. Huh? Welcome, Ferry. So this is the same thing again. All right, now let's come to the 2D shapes. We are talking about the most basic 2D shapes. And I won't tell you to identify them because I know already you know what a square is, what a rectangle, triangle, and a circle is. But why I have kept these shapes is, like, if you have more than one square, like 6 squares, you can make a cube out of that. See how? Yes? So when 6 cubes, they come, 6 faces of the square, they come together, we get a cube. Especially, why did I choose these 4 simple shapes first? If we use this rectangle, we get a cuboid or a rectangular prism. If we talk about triangles, we get a pyramid. And with circle, we can have a cylinder. Right? So when we know about this, it becomes very easy for us to understand what I'm going to tell you now. Because the more we see, the more we learn. Let's go to the next slide now. So when we talk about many-sided figure, we see that there is a huge variety of 2D shapes which are called as polygons. Poly means many and gons are the sides. So if they look same, they are symmetrical when the lines, the size of the lines are same and the angles formed between two lines they are same. We call it, it's a regular polygon. But when the lines are different lengths, when the angles formed are different, we call them irregular polygon. And for this, I take you back to the Zoom screen. So if I have to talk about, if I draw a regular polygon, which has same sides, it's something like this, right? But when we talk about an irregular polygon, then the number of the sides, they remain the same, okay? Like if I talk about a pentagon, let's increase the number of the sides for a better understanding. All right, Deepika, will you stop writing on my screen, sweetheart? Can you erase what you have drawn? So if we talk about this, this has five uh, sides, right? But the same thing can be drawn like this also, five-sided. This is also a five-sided figure, right? But it looks very different, but the name remains the same because let's count the number of sides first, because 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is a five-sided figure, and this is also a five-sided figure, and they look so different, but it will still be called as a pentagon. Penta means five. So five-sided figures, they can be different because this is an irregular one where the lengths and all can be different. Like this is much longer than this side, right? All right, Deepika, then if you keep writing on my screen, I'm going to change the settings. Huh? I will disable the annotations. I kept it open because in the coming slides, I was really wanting you to contribute on the thing. But now I have closed this one also. All right. So I hope now you understand what are regular polygons and what are irregular polygons, where the number of sides remain the same, but the length and the angle formed between them, they vary. Like here, if we talk about the angle, all of them will have the same angles, right? If you measure them, they all will be same. But here, this angle is different than this angle for sure, because this is 90° and this is way less than 90°, because this would be 90°. Sorry. Yes? So now let's get back to the slides. Children, in the chats, you can keep posting me. I'm keeping an eye on the chats side by side. If you want me to lay more emphasis on something, okay? So these are the polygons with their names. So when it's a three-sided figure, three means tri. We call it a triangle. When the sides, they increase to 4 and become more, we call it as a square or a rectangle or rhombus. Hmm? And then as the number of lines, they keep increasing. Like here, they are 3. In the next one, they are 4. Then number 5, then 6. With each increasing line, the name of the polygon keep changing. And it has to do something with the initial thing. Like penta means 5, hexa means 6, hepta means 7. So wherever on this globe you travel, and if you are saying, like I'm talking about a decagon, they will understand that you are talking about a 10-sided figure. So this is the beauty of learning shapes. And the same thing as I told you, that it makes our communication more powerful. And now you must be thinking that are all the quadrilaterals polygons? So yes, they are, because the number of sides are more than 2. Because 2 lines can only give you things like parallel line, perpendicular line, intersecting lines. But when more than 2, they come together, they start making shapes, right? 2 lines cannot give you a well-defined shape. They can either intersect each other until they get an angle made, with a third line. We do not get polygons. So are all the triangles polygons? Yes, they are. Now you tell me, are the circles also polygons? Do we have sides in circles?
No.
Let's check. Let's check in the chats. I want your answers. Are the circles also polygons? No. Okay. Khushbu says no. Deepika says no. Rudra says no. So I'm so proud of you. It means you are actually understanding what I'm trying to tell you. Yes, the circle, the spheres, the circles, they are not polygons. So let's go to the next. Now, as We are only talking, and let's have a little fun also. So I have got a song, shortlisted for you all. It's on shapes, and it will be a kind of quick revision for you. So let's see what Miss has for you. And you can get up from your seats, you can stretch while the song is getting played.
Shapes, shapes, shapes are everywhere. Triangles and circles, rectangles and squares. Shapes, shapes, shapes are everywhere. Triangles and circles, rectangles and squares. A circle is round like the moon in the sky, or a wheel, or a clock, or the iris of your eye. A circle is forever, no beginning and no end. Can you spot the circle now, my friend? Circle. Where's the circle? Good job. Shapes, shapes, shapes are everywhere. Triangles and circles, rectangles and squares. Shapes, shapes, shapes are everywhere. Triangles and circles, rectangles and squares. A square is a shape with four straight sides. Every side the same and every angle right, like a box or a table or the seat of a chair. But where is it hiding? Tell me, can you spot the square? Square! Where's the square? Great! This is a triangle here for you to see. Can you count the sides up? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Like a wedge or the face of an ancient pyramid. A triangle is in there. Tell me, can you find it, kids? Triangle.
Now, would you want to give it a try? For this, I had kept my annotations open for children. Would you want to identify? You can write on the board and show me. You can tick and tell me which one is the triangle. Try. Yes, Khushbu. Double thumbs up to you. Wonderful, Deepika. Meenal. Excellent.
Where's the triangle? Good one. Shapes, shapes, shapes are everywhere. Triangles and circles, rectangles and squares. Shapes, shapes, shapes are everywhere. Triangles and circles, rectangles and squares.
A rectangle's a shape like a woodblock or a door. Every side a straight line, count them, there are 4. A picture frame, computer screen, a book, to name a few. A rectangle is in there playing hide and seek with you. Rectangle!
So, where's the rectangle? All right, Amman, Deepika, Meenal. Wonderful. So, see how nice it is learning with fun. Okay, Rudra, got it. Awesome. Khushbu, great. All right, children, you can remove your annotations and let's carry on. Lakshmi, wonderful.
Where's the rectangle? Right!
Shapes, shapes, shapes are everywhere. Triangles and circles, rectangles and squares. Shapes, shapes, shapes are everywhere. Triangles and circles, rectangles and squares.
So I hope you enjoyed this song And with that, you learned also, right? Identifying shapes. So,
Yes, ma'am.
wonderful. So let's go to the next slide now, children. These are the 3D shapes. And let me tell you one thing. The meeting will get over in 2 minutes. And if you wish, you can join again. You can take the screenshot of this link and you can join me again, on this link. Because I wrote the time as 1 hour, but in 40 minutes, this will get over. So this is the meeting ID. You can take a screenshot and log in again using this ID, all right?
Okay, ma'am.
And then on this link, you all will get the free resource. Children, would you mind turning on your camera so that I take a screenshot? Just in case any of you is unable to log in again. If you turn on your videos, I can have a screenshot of yours. Only if you are willing to, okay? Thank you. So just in case the meeting gets over before time, you can log in again using that ID.
Ma'am, when?
Just now, right now, I'll log in again, okay? You have taken the screenshot of that or no? Not yet. Tell me.
Ma'am, done.
Okay, so this is the ID and the passcode is welcome. So when you will put this ID and passcode, you will be back again with me, all right? We will carry on from where we left. First, you try the same ID through which you logged in. If it doesn't work, then this, okay? Because I really want to start the next topic when we have time. So this is a sphere, children. This is called as a cube. If you remember, I just now drew it for you and I showed it to you. Now, what this is, can you see this? This is called as a net. Net is 2D, two-dimensional. It is